Drifting. Hi guys, how are you? Hello. Just cleaning up my desk a little bit as I get ready for said live stream. Voiced. Evening, folks. Welcome back to FreshBakedTV. Hello from Ecuador. Actually, I'm not from Ecuador. You are. Hello to Ecuador. What's up? I'm doing well. Hi, Mia. Nice. I'm gonna run out of things to do for that thumbnail eventually. I was gonna have my buddy Darth Vader back there do a little cameo, but I went with my eyeball instead. Have I seen Pirates yet? Yes. Pirates 5. Well, I've seen them all. But yeah, I've seen Pirates 5, sure. It was pretty good. It was alright. So I guess while people are joining in, we should explain tonight's topic. Good evening, Ian. Good evening. We put out a video earlier today about Epcot changing. It's evolving. It's not going to be the Epcot that we used to know, or probably not going to be the Epcot we used to know at least. It's still just rumor, but I mean, you know, a rumor's not a rumor that doesn't die, right? And it brought up again for me a topic that I like to talk about quite a lot. What's baked hammer? One of my favorite things to talk about is what Disneyland is going to be like in 100 years or 200 years or even 1,000 years. What is the expectation about change at Disneyland? I am a purist. I am a don't ever change Disney guy. I freely admit that. I would be happy if Disneyland never changed again at all. Period. Robots. That's very likely, Damien. Yeah, I would be fine with that. I'd be good with that. But having said that, and it almost feels like it's like the proverbial frog in a frying pan, right? You put a frog in there and you know, let it simmer for a little while. It doesn't even know, and then all of a sudden it's cooked. Or something like that. I don't know. There's a science thing. My point is that the park has changed so much since 1955, but yet it still feels like the old park to me in a lot of ways. It still feels like the original park. Frog and boiling, whatever. I know, but wait, you could fry it too. I mean, a slow boil or a slow simmer. Anyway, my point is that should we feel comfortable with an evolving park, or should we continue to hold to the idea that it shouldn't change, or we want it to stay? The reason why we love Disneyland so much is because it's nostalgic, is because it takes us back to another time and another place. But is it logical to feel that way if you project yourself into the future, if you think ahead 200 years? What's the park going to be like? Is it reasonable? Is it reasonable to think that the park will not change in 200 years or 1,000 years? Just try to imagine what a Disneyland would look like in the year 3017. Would it look anything at all like what we see today? Would it resemble Disneyland today at all? So if we can concede that, if we can concede that that might happen in 500 years or 300 years or 200 years, can we not possibly, you know, reconcile ourselves today with a changing park? And I saw Ian had said, let me find Ian's comment back here. Ian says, my frustrations come not from that fact that things change, but from the specific changes themselves and how they reflect the park they are in. Right. What Ian is referring to in terms of Epcot is that Epcot was designed to be, originally conceived to be a land of a practical place, a place to live, a city of tomorrow, a community of tomorrow, one that was, you know, educational, and one that was self-sustaining, and one that had an eye toward the future. The changes that are occurring at Epcot these days are just about how do we fit in Inside Out and Mary Poppins into this park? How do we get Frozen in there? You know, they've abandoned that idea. But at the same time, even Walt would admit that maintaining a future world is a difficult prospect when it comes to a theme park. Walt, a lot of people don't know this. Walt's own nickname for Tomorrowland was Todayland. He called it that. He was frustrated by the fact that as soon as he built Tomorrowland, it wasn't even Tomorrowland anymore. It was Todayland. So it's a moving target. It's hard to hit, and so either we go with the nostalgia tomorrow, or we spend just way too much money trying to keep it up to date, or we abandon that idea altogether. So that's what I want to talk about with you guys. I want to hear your questions, and I want to hear your thoughts on, what is acceptable for an evolving Disneyland. What is acceptable? How do you, Epcot, for example, how do you feel about these changes that are coming to Epcot? Are you okay with it? Are you angry? That kind of thing. And let's see if we can find some questions. Elisa, loved being a kid in Epcot. They made learning fun. Sad to see it selling out to popular movies. Right, so that's a typical response by a lot of people, is that it is supposed to be educational. And I agree. I would like to see Epcot stay educational. And I agree with Ian. I don't see how Guardians of the Galaxy is in any way educational. How do you get Guardians of the Galaxy to teach me about science? I don't know. So have they given up on that? Should they, it's kind of like, should they even call it Epcot anymore? Kind of like, should they even call it California Adventure anymore? I don't know. I don't know. By the way, if you want to make sure your question is being viewed and answered, don't forget Snapchat. Super Chat is on, as always. There's Jason right there, right off the bat. Jason has got us a $20 gift. He says, thanks for finding Adam this week. And, there's my girlfriend. Hi, baby. What's up?
Just clean the kitchen and...
What's up?
Ninja, I'm just saying hi.
Oh, okay.
Just saying hi.
Say hi to Liz, everybody.
Hi, I'm busy. I'm going to go do girly stuff. Bye.
She's going to go do girly stuff, you guys. I don't know what that means exactly.
AKA, put a license plate on my
girly
car.
stuff includes putting a new license plate on her new car.
Lifting.
She's going to do, she's going to do some reps. Remember, for tone, it's low reps,
you want to
high
talk to
sets.
me about repping right now? Okay, yeah,
Anyway, sorry guys. You're welcome for finding Adam the Moo. Apparently, if you guys haven't heard, Adam the Moo is back in Southern California for good-ish, I guess. So we're going to be hopefully seeing more of Adam on our show. But if not, you can look for him on his show. He's great. Now, I'm actually, now that I'm with, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Paul Floyd said, I miss mostly the original Epcot, but I like Epcot today and the educational aspect of it. I too, I've only been to Epcot once, and that was about 20 years ago, and I don't remember it at all. I just remember the cool thing was the World Showcase. I don't remember it. I was unimpressed with the educational aspects of Epcot. Even 20 years ago, I was unimpressed. It felt, I'll be honest, I don't like Journey to the Imagination. I don't like Ellen's Universe of Energy. I don't like any of that stuff. It's dull and boring. So I don't really, it doesn't do anything for me. I missed a couple questions. So let me go back. Robot Explosion, our friend from New Zealand. She's awesome. She's been around a long time. I have nothing to say. Just super glad I could donate this time. Well, thanks, Robot Explosion. How's New Zealand? And then Bonnie Clark has another gift for us of $10. I'm with you. It's joy. It's nostalgia. David, please say hi to Jalen and Myra for me. My granddaughter's watching. Hello, Jalen and Myra. Welcome to Fresh Baked, guys. Yeah, but I think that they can. Don't you think, Bonnie, that they can keep that part of it? Nostalgia is what it is. It's I don't know. You can still keep it and evolve the park. The park. The park has changed so much in just 50 years, 60 years. If you go back and look at old video of 1955, there was literal dirt everywhere. So I'm just saying, there are ways to do it that it's still an improvement, but it still feels like the old park. Okay. It's cold. Do you guys get it? Is it cold in New Zealand? That seems, I don't know. What do I know? I don't know anything. It feels like it's a desert to me, but I don't know. Dirt and heat in 1955. So true. Lynn, you know that old story about people walking in the street in heels, and their heels got stuck in the hot pavement. Porkins, $5. What's up, Porkins? I hope the park will remain mostly the same, but with less IPs. You're going to get the IPs until they figure out a way to make money without including IPs, you expect to see more IPs. Expect to see more of like what they're doing at Epcot, because despite the things that you and I are talking about right now, the proof is in the actual pudding. Look at what's happening at Frozen today, Frozen Ever After at Epcot. How long has it been? It's been at least a year, right? Maelstrom never saw attendance like it is seeing today for Frozen Ever After. It's been 2 years, really? Oh my God. What? I mean, that's it. We say we don't want it, and then we line up in droves to go see it. So, just like we say we don't want sequels or more Pirates movies or more Transformers movies, or we say all these things, and yet we keep going to these movies and we keep doing the things that we do because it's easily consumed. We can consume it much more easily than an unknown thing like Maelstrom. People don't understand Maelstrom, or they have no reference for it, so they're not really kind of into it. But they know Frozen, so hey, I know Frozen. I've seen the movie. Let's go ride that ride. That's what I thought. I didn't think it was 2 years. I thought it was a year. So, in spite of the things that we say, we say these things that we don't want them. We want things to stay the way they are. The proof is in the attendance that we do like our IPs mixed in with our attractions. I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm just saying that's what people do. I myself am also a fan. I want to see more Haunted Mansion, more Pirates, things, original ideas like that. But, hold on. Sorry, I had to take care of that dude. Well, I don't know. I don't remember where I was going with that. Anyway, Ian, there's a place for those properties. It's called Magic Kingdom Hollywood Studios. Right, except that Epcot is failing, Ian. Epcot is failing. They're not getting the, well, I think, right? I mean, do people, how is attendance at Epcot? Maybe somebody can fill me in. As far as if you were to rank all the lands at Magic Kingdom, or even rank, I shouldn't say the lands, even rank the parks, where does Epcot rank in terms of attendance? So, I don't know. I don't know. Try to keep if you can, guys, try to keep the questions to the topic if we can, because I don't want us to do a random AMA. What does IP stand for? IP stands for intellectual property. It means something. It's a piece of art or whatever that Disney owns. Frozen is a Disney intellectual property. Well, okay, Ian says, any lack of interest in original stuff at Epcot is because Disney themselves quit that stuff years ago. They quit that stuff because nobody was paying attention to it. It's a cycle. It's a cycle, Ian. If people were into it, they would feed us more of what we're into. You can't help but acknowledge that. You can't. That's true. Hollywood Studios is smaller, so the attendance is going to be a lower. But I don't know how you address that. Epcot is a pretty big park, right? Fresh Baked is not an IP, no. Fresh Baked is a thing. I don't know what. Just any Disney movie is an intellectual property, and they're trying to put those intellectual properties, or Mickey Mouse or whatever, into the park. They want to synergize these things. Okay, Epcot attendance, 11.7 million in 2016, 11.8 for 2015. See, attendance is going down. That's one thing. But how does 11.7 rank with? How does that rank against other parks? I want to believe you, Ian. I really do. Ian and I have a conversation. I believe if they genuinely committed to these pavilions and gave them the attention and care they gave IP, people would accept it. I want to believe you, Ian. I really do. But I don't think that's the case. Taylor YouTube's. Taylor, Stitch's Great Escape. That's all he is putting his money behind that Stitch's Great Escape horse. Taylor, we've got some footage coming up of Stitch's Great Escape. They wouldn't let us film the attraction, but we do have footage of the pre-show, I guess. I don't know. Larrabee, help me out. I forget what you said we got. So now let me ask you guys this question while I'm thinking of it. What does... There's nothing... Yeah, it's a terrible show, right? What does Disneyland in 1,000 years look like to you? Does it still have Main Street? Let's just start there. Does Disneyland in 3017 still have Town Square, Main Street, an old-fashioned train, and a horse-drawn streetcar? I don't know. Would it? Everybody says yes. Well, they made it 50 years, so let's imagine they can make it another 100, and then maybe 200. Who knows? But 1,000? I don't know. Is Earth still going to be here? Yes, Jonathan. I think the Earth has got a couple 100,000 years to go still. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I moved my camera. Very sorry. Very, very sorry. Disneyland in 1,000 years looks like the same, but it's grown to cover all of LA. Evan, you're possibly right, Evan. You're possibly right. They're going to wind up. I figure Amazon and Disney Company are going to be the future buy and larges. Everything is going to be owned by either Amazon or Disney, and then those two are going to have a death match at the end to find out who buys the other one, and then that company will own everything. Disneyland in 1,000 years looks like Tomorrowland? I doubt it, because even Tomorrowland is already passed. So I mean, how is that even? That doesn't. I don't think that's going to happen. Disney's not getting bet by Apple. That's crazy town. No, you know, well, the thing is that Google doesn't own a lot of stuff. They own a lot of like tech, but they don't own stuff. Amazon owns stuff. You're gonna everything you want to buy, you're gonna buy from Amazon eventually. Everything you're gonna watch is gonna be owned by Disney. But see, Amazon is in the TV business too, so I don't know. I think Amazon might win that fight. How do I think prices will be that many years from now? I think that they're going to be really, it's going to be the same. It's going to go up. It's, 6% every year for all time. Yeah, see, Amazon just bought Whole Foods for $13 billion. They're going to get into the grocery business, Amazon is. What's left? What's left, honestly? They've got, what's left? I could go online and buy my groceries and have it shipped to my house. Amazon will probably do it for free delivery if you've got Amazon Prime. Who will buy Fresh Baked? You know what? I'm going to hold out for as long as possible. That's what. It looks like Laramie has a question. Heartbreak and Coachella won't be there in 1,000 years, at least not as we know it. No, probably not. All Disney movies are on Amazon Video. Yes, well that's true, but I'm talking about Amazon actually is making their own. They have their own studio now. Amazon makes their own shows, and they're in the streaming business. So anyway, so a barcode. Well, no, but it'll be a thumbprint. You can just thumb a few bucks to get into Disney. Aaron Chavez tweeted me the attendance stats. Okay, cool. Let me see. I have to go to Twitter now. Dang it! Why are you making me work so hard? Stats for the last few years. Oh, it's a whole website. Is this exciting television right now? I'm looking at the web. Okay. Magic Kingdom, 20 million. Oh, wait. Froggy B! What's up, Froggy? Disneyland will be oceanfront property after the big earthquake, and finally we'll have the dome controlling the climate. Both of those things are probably going to happen. I agree with you, Froggy. What the hell? Twitter! What are you doing to me? If there's an earthquake, Froggy, it's going to swallow Disneyland too. Just saying. Let's see. Well, yes. I was asked, Dave, do you think that Disney will keep the dinosaurs on the train? Yeah, I think so. And I'll tell you why. Because dinosaurs are already 1 million years old, and they've lasted this long. What makes me think that they're not going to last another 1,000? So yeah, good on you for the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are going to make it. Now, that's the thing though, is will Main Street, like Main Street Disneyland, be similar to a dinosaur diorama that we have today? Will we go through it and everybody's like, oh, is that what it was like 1,000 years ago? Oh, like, will it be an attraction in that sense, as opposed to a place that you can live and walk through. What would Main Street look like in 2,000 years? Will it still look like turn of the century 1900s? I wonder. I wonder. Thank you, Laramie. I missed a Porkins. Porkins, what'd you say? Everyone make sure you like this video. Dude, Porkins is amazing. You're my best friend, Porkins. Yeah. So, but, right, Brian says, I think we'll always have nostalgia, and you're right. People love nostalgia. People love nostalgia. But what is nostalgia in 1,000 years? That's a good question, don't you think? What will be nostalgic in 1,000 years? Thank you, Robot Explosion. Hello from Kingsburg. Now, if we're still loving turn of the century USA, Main Street, 1900, 120 years later, I think it's possible, now that I think about it, that it could last for a while still. I think it could. Yeah. I really don't know. I'm sorry, I was reading other people's comments. Let's see. Micah says nostalgia in the future is fidget spinners and dabbing. People will forget about both of those things in 1,000 years. Eric Anderson, what? Eric, how you doing, Eric? Love you, man. Love you. When Epcot redoes a few areas and adds 2 new pavilions, it will get back on track. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Eric. Well, okay, the question is, yeah, adding the new pavilions would be great, but are they abandoning the original idea, the original concept for Epcot, the experimental prototype community of tomorrow? Have they just abandoned it? I don't know. I think they have. And I think that they're not going to say it out loud, but they have in their hearts and in their minds, they have abandoned it. But they're not going to come out and say it. I don't know about, you know what, that's hard. Mike S. says they abandoned it when Walt died. I don't know that that's necessarily, you know, the Disney company's fault for losing track of Walt's vision for that. All you have to do is look at Tomorrowland and Disneyland to see that they were already, that idea was already passé in Walt's lifetime while Walt was still running the show. Tomorrowland in 1965 was already going through its first major makeover. So they had already had to play catch up with Tomorrowland. I think Walt would have admitted the same thing, that it's an untenable situation, and I don't know. I mean, Epcot should be a practical place, not a theme park. Maybe that's a more reasonable thing to say. Epcot should have been a place for people to actually live. And that actually was his original idea. It was supposed to be people just living there. I don't know if it was meant to be a theme park. But I will say this. When he died, they're like, there's a lot of what are we going to do now kind of situation. So, and I think I missed another question. Asbio, well, not a question. Drive by $5. Thank you very much, Asbio. That's for you, buddy. Love you. Okay, Epic Jake, was Epcot ever an experimental prototype community tomorrow? No, it was not. It never was. It was always a theme park. And that's what I'm saying. If you want to have a real live experimental theme park or experimental community of tomorrow, don't make it a theme park. Okay? Don't make it a revenue generating place for people to, you know, right? That kind of, the capitalistic part of that process takes away from its ability to be an experiment, an experimental community. You know, monetizing it is that ruins it, basically. The idea that it's a theme park from Jump Street ruins that idea. Beloved Progeny wants to know, will they ever get rid of the golf ball? I don't think so. They are going to get rid of the Leave a Legacy thing out front, but I don't think they're going to get rid of the golf ball. That's like getting rid of the castle, man. Westcott. We were this close. We were this close, Lost Explorer, to getting Westcott. Instead, we got DCA. And all because Anaheim didn't want a giant golf ball in their sightline. Instead, they got a Tower of Terror. Annie Louise wants to know, do you think Star Wars Land will still be there in 100 years? Absolutely. Yes, it will. Star Wars is eternal. Evan Layton, my brother. What's up, Evan? Do you think the idea of community building is completely dead at Disney? Well, it depends on what your definition of community building is. Are you talking about like Epcot kind of thing, or what are we? What's your definition of community building? I'm not sure. Don't call it a golf ball, okay? All right, it's Spaceship Earth. Okay. Yes, Star Wars will be a thing for hundreds of years to go. Yes. Epcot type idea. Okay, do you mean now just in general? Let me go back and read your question, Evan. Do you think the idea of community building is completely dead at Disney? Yes, I do. I think that that was something that only Walt was interested in. Walt was interested in a lot of things outside of the theme park, business. He was interested in making things better. He was interested in making things more, what do you call it? Just better. All kinds of things. Traffic patterns or schools or whatever. He wanted to make communities better. That was something that Walt was interested in. I don't necessarily think that that's everybody's cup of tea. So when Walt goes, that sort of desire goes with him. And I can't blame Disney for that, because that was one man. He was enforcing his own personal will as opposed to a company's a company's will. He was imposing his own will, and that's going to happen. I think it's natural for that kind of thing to go away. Disney in and of itself is not in the community building business. Walt was. Okay. I know that Epcot, the city, is dead, but do you think it's possible to keep Epcot, the permanent World's Fair, alive? Is it a permanent World's... No. Nope. I don't think it's possible. Not until they get... there'd have to be a total mind change with Disney brass, but as long as they're observing the bottom line and looking, for profit margins and things like that, you're just not going to see that. And again, that's not a Disney thing. That is a business thing. Right, yeah. So Paul Floyd said Walt was interested in better municipal policies and planning. Absolutely. He was involved in a lot of things. He was involved, like I said, in making all things better, not just his own personal interests. No, I do not think that Autopia is a waste of space. Eric, I thought... Okay, Eric, thank you very much. Wouldn't Golden Oaks at Walt Disney World be considered a modern version of Epcot? Is it though? Is it Golden Oaks? For those of you who don't know, there's actually a place where you can live on Disney World property. You can live there. It's like a planned unit development. It's pretty pricey. The homes are probably in the $1 million range, I would imagine. But I don't know that it's necessarily a planned community overall. I think there are components of it, but it's not for the masses. It's not for the masses, and that's what the experimental prototype community of tomorrow is, for the masses. But it's it's something. I'll tell you this: I want to live in Golden Oaks. I'll say that I want to live there. I don't know that much about Celebration, so I can't speak to that. Literally only, Larry says literally only millionaires can live at Golden Oaks, which, so there you go. It's not for the masses. Okay. Will Fresh Baked still be here in 200 years? If I live forever, yes. I can't speak to what Fresh Baked is going to be when I'm gone. Who knows? Who knows? Homes start at $2 million at Golden Oaks. Wow. Wow. Now, I was asked, will Jungle Cruise stay? Are you talking about in 200 years? Because I think so, yeah. Why not? It'll be different, but it'll still be there. The Ninja could take over, I guess, if he is interested. Who knows? I owe Eric a VIP day with all his donations. You bet yeah, well, he's getting one. He'll be down here soon. We're going to hope to give him a whole bunch of attention. Let's see. How would I fix Epcot? Well, I believe in... This is a good question. So who was that? Humper Doodle asked, how would I fix Epcot? For one thing, I believe in honesty and transparency. I am honest to a fault. I tell the truth on a daily basis, and I believe in being transparent and not obscuring anything. So the way I would fix Epcot is say, you know what? Guys, we are in the theme park business. We're not going to call it Epcot anymore. We're going to call this Magic Kingdom 2.0. And we're going to give you more of what you guys have been asking for. And I would just tell the truth. I would make it a full real theme park. You know, try to keep the World Showcase and that kind of stuff in there, but I would make no illusions. I would just be honest with people and make no illusions. This is going to be for fun. We're here for fun. We're here for you guys to give you a fun, well-themed environment that you know, you can get into and lose yourself in for a day. We're not gonna pretend to be teaching you anything. So that's how I would fix it, by being honest. Let's see. What is my favorite attraction in Walt Disney World? In the entire, I don't know. I couldn't answer that. I've only been once, and that was a long time ago. My favorite attraction at Epcot, though, is Living with the Land. Let's see. What else we got? Larry said, can't keep the World Showcase and be there just for fun. That's not true. That's not true. I don't think so. Just put fun rides in France. You know, put a fun ride in, you know, like they did with Frozen at Norway or wherever. You know, just don't try to, you know, tease us or fool us or anything like that. Just, you know, put Frozen in there. Go for it. Did I miss one? Oh, no. Who did I miss? I'm scrolling. I'm singing in the shower. Where'd it go? Evan! I'm just glad Fresh Baked is here now. Have a churro. You know what? I'm glad you're here too, Evan. And I'm glad Fresh Baked is here. And I hope that we get to do this forever and ever. Evan bought it. Yeah, I found it. Where are the likes? 109 likes. Where are the people? 229 people. You know what? I'm disappointed in the other 71,800 people who aren't watching this live stream right now. Silva Krakorian. Love you guys. Your videos always make my day, hoping to run into you guys in the park. Thank you very much, Silva. We love you. We will be here every Saturday. Every Saturday between 8 and 2. Follow us. We'll have a live stream. You can follow us there somehow. And stuff. Do you think there ever would be a Golden Oaks type place in Anaheim? No. Nope. I do not. If you've ever been to Anaheim, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Anaheim Hills, that's kind of Golden Oaksy, I guess, so it's not far. Anaheim Hills is kind of pricey, but there's not enough real estate in Orange County to start a new community like that. People will, I don't know. That's too high concept. It's too high concept. You got to go somewhere. You got to go somewhere new and build it, you know, from scratch. Laramie, oh wait, I'm not, okay, he's just giving me stats. Okay, if Kevin O'Leary, if I had to retheme an attraction for a holiday, well, I don't know. You know, that's a hard one to answer, I guess. Holidays? Like, you mean like Haunted Mansion? I don't know. I don't really, I'm not smart enough for stuff like that. Damien, what are you doing? West Coast, Damien just gifted us $2. Thanks, Damien. West Coast needs a Disney water park. I don't think that's ever going to happen, Damien. For the previous reason that we mentioned a few weeks ago, they just built a water park like 2 blocks down the street, literally. So, and then you got Soak City at Knott's Berry Farm. It's just not going to work. Plus, I don't know. I feel like water parks in Southern California are like bad PR. The way people are worried about water these days. Yeah, Evan, Wolf Lodge is too close to Disney. Too close. I'm gonna take a little relaxing chill here for a little bit. Disney needs to buy it and shut that ish down. That does not seem like a reasonable way to spend, you know, $100 million or whatever it would cost to do that. Will turkey legs still be at Disneyland 200 years? Actually, yes. Inside Disney, they will be, and they'll be the same turkey legs because they're full of preservatives. Carrie Valdez has gifted us $2 for a little drive-by donation. Thank you very much, Carrie. Love you. What am I? Okay, well, that's a different topic. You know what? Here's the thing. Okay, so Andy Golyasi said, I need a big roller coaster at Disneyland, so I never have to choose between Disneyland and Magic Mountain. You say that. You say you want a big roller coaster, but I disagree. I don't think you do. I think, well, I should say, maybe some of you do. A few of you do. But the majority of people don't want that. They think they do. They say they want an e-ticket or they want this or that. But what they really want is to be entertained. Go to Magic Mountain. Go to Knott's Berry Farm, the back half of Knott's Berry Farm. Go to Universal and look at all the... Well, Universal doesn't have roller coasters, so I'll take that out of the equation. But go to these parks that have roller coasters. There's something lacking. There are people there, and they are going a little bit, but they're not doing anything but getting in line, having a hot dog, and getting in line. Disneyland has it right. They know better than we do what we want. Beloved Prodigy says, we don't want a huge coaster. We want more rides like Radiator Springs. Exactly. We want to be entertained. We want to be immersed in a world. We want to be taken to another time and another place. We won't say it out loud. Well, maybe we do. Some of us do. But, you know, people get caught up on roller coasters and they forget what it is that they love about Disneyland. Well, okay, so Stang Doll says that California Screaming could be considered a big coaster. It is a big coaster, but that's one of the reasons why DCA lacks in comparison to Disneyland. It doesn't have the same quality of experience. There are roller coasters at Disneyland, Space Mountain and Big Thunder, right? But Big Thunder isn't a roller coaster. Big Thunder is an adventure through the Old West in a mine train, you know, that happens to be on a roller coaster track. The point of Big Thunder isn't about getting on a roller coaster. It's about being in, you know, a ghost town or a Big Thunder type situation in Old Town, Arizona, or, you know, 100 years ago or whatever. Gosh, this is a roller coaster. That's funny. Matterhorn, yeah, I forgot about the Matterhorn, of course. But again, the idea of the Matterhorn isn't so much about the roller coaster, it's about being on a bobsled. But you get my point, is that they've themed those things. They didn't theme Screaming. They don't theme the idea of these Magic Mountain. The roller coasters are themed to a comic book character. Hey Grace, how are you? Thank you for the gift. The idea that roller coasters they call it the Batman roller coaster or whatever, is ridiculously stupid. Just call it a roller coaster, okay? Don't try to pretend that it's the Batman. What part of the Riddler or whatever those things are is actually there? There's nothing whatsoever. It's the worst. So I don't know who they're kidding with that kind of thing. It's just a roller coaster. But see, that's the thing, is that the point of California Screaming is that the theme for DCA, for that part of DCA, is boardwalk amusement park. And that's the irony of that situation, is that the boardwalk amusement park was the antithesis of what Walt was trying to do. Is that a Daria avatar? That is a Daria avatar. The boardwalk amusement park was the opposite of what Walt wanted. He said, I don't want to make that. I want to make something better than that. I don't want to do that at all. And then that was their big idea for the next theme park, was to make the exact thing that Walt didn't want. What the hell? Why? Why? Okay, I think I missed a question somewhere. I still like DCA, you know, for the most part, but I mean that thing just bothers me. Evan Layton is back with another $5 gift. He says it's the immersive theming that makes a difference. Absolutely, 100%. You can immersively theme anything. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Okay, let me take it back. First of all, I want to acknowledge JL Disney. Tiana's Place should be put in New Orleans Square. I don't know what Tiana's Place is. Is that a restaurant? Is it talking about a restaurant? I don't think that's going to happen. This is a question I like to ask, along with my 200-year question. What attraction in DCA would you put in Disneyland, and what attraction would you take out of? Take the single best attraction in DCA, Radiator Springs Racers, or California Screamin', or Little Mermaid, or whatever. Take your pick. Whatever your favorite attraction is, we'll go Radiator Springs Racers, which is pretty great. That's one of the best one of the best attractions in the world. Name one attraction that you would get rid of gladly at Disneyland for that. Anything. Mr. Toad's. Dumbo. Name it. No, at Disneyland. What would you take out of Disneyland and put in its place? In its place, Radiator Springs Racers. Autopia. Okay, Star Tours. I'll give you Star Tours. I'll give you Star Tours. But the reality is that I don't understand the Autopia hate. I really don't understand the Autopia hate. I don't. If you love Walt, people talk about they don't want change. I don't want change at Disneyland. No change. I want Walt. What would Walt do? And nostalgia and remember Disneyland and OG Disney. Nothing gets more OG at Disneyland than Autopia. That is the OG of OGs. Innovations. That's just a building. But anyway, you get my point. That's how good Disneyland is at doing what it does, and how much people underestimate the value of theming. When it comes to getting new stuff. If they don't theme it right, that's when we revolt. And that's why a lot of these things that we've seen, people get upset about, some of the trends we've seen in the changes at Disneyland recently over the last couple of years, when they try something new or they put in something new, it's got this cheap skin. It isn't the idea, and Ian, I know, who isn't here anymore, I don't think, but Ian would agree. It isn't the idea that's bad, it's the execution. It's when they go cheap. It's when they don't fully commit. And how did I get a very bad connection? Okay, give me that poor connection at least. Oh, there you are, still here. Anything can work if it's done properly. You can't come short. You can't go short. So that's when we get upset about about the changes that Disney is making, and that's what people are afraid of. That's what they're afraid of at Epcot too, is that Disney's going to do a cheap skin, and they have every reason to be angry if they do that. But if Disney commits, if they put all of their thought and all of their money behind the idea, and they really try hard, they can totally impress us, and it would be completely amazing. So it's not about the ideas, it's about the execution. And I missed something from somebody. Digital Saturn X. I was trying to come up with a new handle today. Like, I need a good handle for something, and I could never would have thought of Digital Saturn X, but that sounds cool. I like the way that comes out. Anyway, Digital Saturn X has gifted us $5, and he said immersion is the key. Avatar and Cars Land nailed it. We'll see more of that type of attraction land in future, guaranteed, in Walt Disney World and DLR. Star Wars Land. Star Wars Land is next. We've been in a whole... This is why people don't like what's going on at Tomorrowland. This is a perfect example. Chris Miller, Rocksteady. That was my old handle. Do you know me, Chris Miller? Rocksteady was my old handle. My old online handle. How funny. But Tomorrowland, the reason why people don't like Tomorrowland, they don't like what Disney's doing with Tomorrowland is because... How did you know that, Chris? Is because they haven't been able to commit to it. And that's obvious, because they haven't committed to it because they know that it's temporary. Everything about it's temporary, and they don't really know what they're doing. But I don't remember ever talking about it, Chris. I don't remember ever talking about my old poker handle. Okay, Carrie Valdez, $5. It bothers me. Thank you very much, Carrie, by the way. It bothers me that Disney World, with all its land, replaces attractions, and Disneyland finds a way to add without replacing the nostalgic attractions. Well, you'd be surprised at what people are capable of when they're forced to do something. Disney is forced to do these things at Disneyland, and it forces you to be more creative. Disney World has that crutch of having all that available space. But having said that, Avatar Land was built Avatar Land. Pandora was built in a new property. They are switching out certain attractions because, like Frozen at Maelstrom, not because they don't have the space for Frozen. It's because Maelstrom sucked. Okay, they had to get rid of Maelstrom. That was the idea was to get rid of it's addition by subtraction. It's they want to upgrade Norway. They don't want to add to it. They have to fix it. They're trying to fix Norway. Maybe I did mention it, Chris. I don't know. I think I mentioned that I used to play poker for a living. Are you sure though, Laramie? Are you sure that people love Maelstrom? The vocal minority said, I love Maelstrom, but we're not going to go. That's what I'm seeing. I see nobody standing in line at Maelstrom. Pandora, did it? Oh, did it? Okay. I didn't even know that was a thing. There was a place called Camp Mickey Minnie at Animal Kingdom? I had no idea. Okay. I hear. Well, right, but that's again, Laramie. That's the vocal minority, and that's something that yeah, I did. I used to. The people need to remember, especially people in our kind of business, in the YouTube business, where talk is rampant. People do a lot of talking on the internet. People do a lot of talking in comments. They understand the people that are doing the talking are the absolute minimum. They are the minority. If we get a video that has 10,000 likes or 10,000 views, 600 comments, those 600 comments are a very small percentage. That's less than 6%. It's the minority that is talking. The majority isn't speaking. So the majority of the people who aren't saying anything are the people that are also not going to Maelstrom. The majority are not going to Maelstrom. The people that are talking are the minority. Can someone spoil Cars 3 for me? I don't care. Well, yeah. Okay. Go see Rocky 4. Okay. Yeah, Cars 3 is getting good reviews. Don't leave, Reggie! Bye, Reggie. Oh, did I miss some stuff? Okay. Will the People Mover ever come back? It'll only come back if they rebuild it from scratch. No, I have not yet seen Cars 3. I'm just saying I've heard the reviews are good, and I'm just saying that based off what I saw on the trailer with him driving his car on the beach and going through a training montage and all that. It's just a joke. Okay. Well, I'll say this. Benjamin Anderson says, will the characters be fully robotic in 100 years and be able to respond fully? Yes, I think that is one thing that we're going to see. Animatronics will obviously improve in the future, but I also think you're going to see fewer, I should say, furries. Characters in costume, in a full costume. I think we're gonna go like the Baymax route, where you're gonna get like a robot that you can hug. Ian says it starts that way and then goes in a very different direction. He's talking about Cars 3. Okay, I'll take. That's fine. I was just like I said, I was having fun with it. Lol first. Let's see. Where are we? I hear there's less Mater, and that's a good thing. You know what? He doesn't even hardly appear in the trailer. So how did we get on this Cars 3 topic? My goodness. All right. Will we ever get Kingdom Hearts in Disneyland? No, I don't think so. Well, on Halloween, when you get people dressed up. Wes McGravy says People Mover could come back if the cars are enclosed, like the gondola. No, that's not true. The problem with the People Mover isn't the enclosed cars. The problem with the People Mover is the actual structure that it rides along. The People Mover track is broken, and it's unrepairable without actually tearing it down and building it back up again. Patents filed for interactive animatronics mentioned for Star Wars Land. Yes, I have heard about that. They will be the Streetmosphere rather than CMs. But that's going to evolve. That's just the beginning. Eventually, things are going to get to the point where maybe like a Westworld scenario where we're not even going to be able to tell the difference between the robots and the people, you know. And then we're going to have to hire Deckard to, you know, give everybody a test to find out if you're a replicant or not. And then we're all going to be killed by animatronics. We have just predicted the future, everybody. The world is going to end. Death by animatronics. Have you ever met Bob Gurr? No, I have not. I've not met Bob Gurr. Beloved Progeny says Westworld type stuff is what we'll have in 2,000 years. Right, well, eventually. I don't know. I don't think it's going to take that long, to be honest. I really don't. I don't think Simpsons did it. I don't know what that's a reference to, but and whoever said, but I love that. I love that line from South Park. Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it. Yeah, you know what? Hey, Ian, I don't know. You weren't with us at D23 2 years ago. Bob Gurr was at D23. Funny story. And we're walking through the convention halls, and you could just see like this. He had, we called it the Bob Gurr wedge. There was about 8 guys like forming a wedge, a triangle around Bob. He was in behind it, and this wedge of 8 guys walking through the convention, you know, protecting Bob from everybody else. And because when we walked by, we're like, oh crap, that's Bob Gurr. And like he was like a president. He was like seeing, you know, a dignitary at D23. And that wedge was cool. It was pretty neat to see. What was that? Andy, Dave, you live near LA. What do you think about the Lakers drafting Lonzo Ball? I'm good with it. I like Lonzo. I'm good with his dad too. That's cool. I'm fine with it. Lonzo, you know what? Lonzo doesn't seem anything like his dad. So just because his dad's kind of a crazy person doesn't mean Lonzo has to be. Let's see. My video looks all blurry. Well, put a little spit on there and we'll clean it back up. There we go. Do I think they'll get rid of the boardwalk at any point? At DCA, the boardwalk, the Paradise Pier kind of thing? Because, yes, I do believe that they will someday. I don't know if it's going to happen, you know, in my lifetime, but I think that eventually will go away. Laramie says, in 200 years, I still will not have gone to Disney World. I doubt it. And, yeah, see, go figure. How come Bob got the Bob Gurr wedge and you got to just walk right by him? I don't understand. I don't know. You know, it's the connection is my service. It's my internet service is the problem. I have to get new. I have T-Mobile, and I keep forgetting to upgrade it or to move to another system. Pizza Port will still be there in 1,000 years. You know what? You're probably right. That's how much, you know, life hates me sometimes. Oh my God! Is somebody doing a frickin' What About Bob joke? Why? How did we get on What About Bob? That's some good corn. What if they took away the Plaza Inn? Why would they do that? I don't know. Yeah, I'm on Wi-Fi. It's just it's crappy service. What can I say? Stangdahl wants to know, do you think that DCA will continue to theme itself towards Marvel and steer away from Disney? Yes, I do. I do believe that is the case. It's going to be Pixar Marvel Land before we know it. Stop moving. I'm not going anywhere. I'm moving a little bit, but my camera's not. Guys, we've only got 5 minutes left to go. Oh my gosh, how did we get here already? I feel like we've been talking forever. Or, I mean, barely talking, I should say. So 5 minutes to go. Don't forget to like this video, guys, in case you've forgotten. What about Oswald? You know, one of these days I'm going to do a story on Oswald, I think, and his history. Let's get those questions cranked out, Fresh Baked. Could the Hall of Presidents ever replace great moments with Mr. Lincoln? No, I don't think so. Bye-bye, pirate. Uh-oh. Porkins!
Oh my god, I died.
In 200 years, will we be able to have breakfast again at the River Bell? Sure, if you pay $85. No. Breakfast. No, you can't have breakfast at the River Bell. You have to go across the way. No, you will not get breakfast at the River Bell in 200 years. I don't think. What's that, baby?
Just saying.
Doesn't she look like, when she does her hair like that, she looks like one of, what's this, what did I say? The backup dancers for, what's this?
Oh, yeah, for one of that 80s singers.
The addicted to Love guy. Who's the addicted to Love?
Hi. It's because I have coconut oil in my hair. Oh, thank you.
Might as well face it. Can you go like that? Can you do the Addicted to Love dance? No, not David Palmer. Robert Palmer. There you go.
Spice Girls.
Addicted to Love. Might as well face. Okay, anyway.
So what was your question? Can I answer a question?
What do you mean? Like their questions?
Well, no, your question. Like, what was your topic?
The topic was, what will Disneyland look like in 200 years or more?
I'm scared to know what it's going to
Liz,
look like.
you look amazing as normal.
Well, thank you, Holly.
Amazing as normal.
As usual, maybe is what you meant.
Boots. I have a question for Liz, Laramie says.
Yes, Laramie.
Go, Laramie, go. We're all waiting.
My favorite color is blue. Or green.
Why won't... Tell him, Liz. Tell him why I won't go to Disneyland.
I need to work a little bit more.
Wait, hold on. Dina Locke, $2. Thank you very much, Dina, for the drive-by. And here's one from Keith Frosch. He's got us a very generous $20 question. Oh, well, it's not a question. It's much love to all of Fresh Baked.
Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you very much, Keith. Are you... I don't know why I went that direction, but whatever. Thank you very much, Keith. You're a hero, man.
I can't take off work.
Evan Layton. Wait. Evan said that we might as well face it, that we're addicted to churros.
Evan, I'm in love with the golden churros. Everyone thinks I'm crazy.
I've got a golden churro.
If Ethan's on here, he will rep for me.
By the way, Evan, I saw your question in Laramie's chat about the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow.
Wait, go back to Laramie.
Wait.
He was yelling in caps.
Laramie was yelling in caps? Why? It will cost you almost that's not true. It's not about the cost, Laramie. It's not about the cost. One day people will understand.
Thank you.
And I think Ian, okay, Harrison Newton, I don't know if you said it earlier, but did you hear about the new Fast Pass system that was released with the scanning of your pass?
Yeah.
Also, smash the like button. Actually, I've got I'm going to do a video on that tomorrow.
Did you see I sent you something last night with someone doing like a boomerang?
Yeah, Sarah got us some video of it in practice today
cool.
at the park.
Awesome. Yeah,
so I got a video coming out on that tomorrow, probably.
Ice cream!
And Dina Locke, another drive by Dina,
really
thank you.
Good. You know it's National Onion Ring Day? Hi, Nicholas. We should get some onion rings. Sorry.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Anyway, Evan, I was trying to ask before. Is that a African or European swallow? I just have to know. Porkins, $2. We got a WDW fund now.
Woo! $2.
Kathy Belay has donated $10 Canadian
for the Liz Pickle Fund.
Love the Fresh Bake crew, keeping us Canadians connected to our Disney home. Love you, Kathy. Love you. You guys are so nice.
Thanks. Gigi says hi to everyone.
No, Gigi says hi.
First, not to family.
I already asked Evan that. Oh, okay.
Well, thanks, guys. Bob Marley. I'm representing my Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing.
Oh my God.
'Cause every little thing.
Shout out for the lack of trolls
show
tonight.
Us your feet,
I don't get it. Lex, you've been here all night. That's the why would you have to go down
Brandon,
that road?
That's a really good question. I might have to say the Gibson Girl because that's just more Disney. But Ghirardelli is.
I get it. The lack of trolls. I get it. Those trolls. Yeah, not too many trolls tonight.
Yay.
No spammers.
Hi.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lair.
Wait. Emily, do you think that the Star Wars area in front of Autopia will be gone? Yes, absolutely. You will not see even a whisper of Star Wars in Tomorrowland once Star Wars Land opens and they start figuring out Tomorrowland. It'll be gone for good in a little bit.
Well, thank you. He said we're both looking good. And you show me your cool Anchorman t-shirt.
Nobody said a word about my Anchorman shirt. Why did nobody say anything about my Anchorman shirt that I love? Oh, well.
I hope a lot doesn't change in 200 years, but it's going to happen. I will be dead by then.
Changes change, yeah.
Yeah. Liz acquired them.
What would an Oswald the Lucky Rabbit ride even look like? Dude.
Oh my God. Wow. Dang. Oh, I am bleeding coconut oil right now.
Yeah, really. Okay, sorry. Okay. Kevin Fontana.
Stay classy, David.
Keep up the great work. Stay classy, of course. Thank you very much, Kevin.
You guys,
I
if
appreciate
I look oily,
it.
it's because I have coconut oil
Why?
in my hair.
The shirt was off topic. Look, Anchorman is never off topic.
No, it's never off topic.
I could do Anchorman all day. I could do Holy Grail all day, and Home Alone. Those are just, you can never go wrong. You ask me one of those questions, and I'm good.
I have Bob Marley on my T-shirt.
You said that already.
But someone asked, like, what's on your shirt?
All right, well, that's it, guys. We hit the hour mark. Thank you very much for a classy stream. And Princess Bride. Yeah, I could do Princess Bride all day, too. Agree to disagree on the...
I just don't care for that movie.
What, Anchorman?
No, Princess Bride.
Oh, no, he did a quote, the San Diego...
Oh, okay.
The thing.
Someone asked about coconut oil. I just got something at Target. It's virgin coconut oil. I'm keeping it for a couple hours because I bleached my... That's a sign.
We gotta go.
We love you, guys.
We gotta go. Okay, Fresh Bake, thanks for watching our show. We'll see you next week. Same bat channel, same bat time, but with a different bat because he died. See you guys. Bye.
What?
I don't know.
Oh
Adam West, he's dead. What are you gonna do?
Oh, yeah. Oh, rest in peace. Bye-bye.